Hello friends. In this video, we will get acquainted with another DIY development of a Zigbee coordinator for use with Home Assistant. It is based on the EFR32MG21 module, like, for example, the budget stick Zigbee GW04 or the popular Sonoff Zigbee dongle. Links to their reviews you will find in the description. However, this model was developed in such a way that it could be used with firmware for SkyConnect, a coordinator from the Home Assistant developers. I specifically clarify, the device shown in the review is not the original SkyConnect, it is a DIY solution based on information from open sources. To obtain official support, you need to order SkyConnect. The link to its website you will find in the description under the video. The use of DIY solutions is at your own risk. Also, in the description under the video, you will find a link to an article containing all the necessary information for assembling the device yourself and to the manufacturer's store of these sticks in Ukraine, which kindly provided me with the device for review. Before we start, as usual, I ask you to like this video. It will help others interested in the topic of smart home find it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so before. The first thing that catches the eye is the compactness of the device. I haven't come across the original SkyConnect yet, but, as far as I understand, its size is about the same. The manufacturer has also developed its version of the case, which is made using 3D printing. Everything looks very neat. As I said, this device, like the original SkyConnect, is based on the EFR32MG21 chip, using a module from eByte. The assembly is of high quality. The antenna is internal, part of the module, visible on the right side. The USB connector is part of the main board. The case is designed to provide additional rigidity and strength. The back side, there are no components located here. If you have sufficient skills and abilities, you can easily assemble the device yourself. In the article, the link to which is found in the description under the video, contains all the necessary information and source materials needed for this. For comparison, I took the Zigbee USB coordinator Sonoff Zigbee dongle P. As you can see, it is several times larger and has an external antenna. A feature of this assembly is the ability to use the original SkyConnect firmware. At the time this video was released, a web version is available, and the developers promised to add the ability to update from the Home Assistant interface. Connect the stick to the USB port and press the update button. In my case, the stick was already pre-flashed, so it was recognized as SkyConnect version 1 on port COM4. I select it. In the next window, the current firmware version is displayed, and if it is not the latest, it is suggested to update it to the current one. There is also a menu for choosing other firmware. At the time of this video's release, firmware for Zigbee, Thread, and the hybrid multipan are available. I made a separate video about it, in which I installed it on the Sonoff e-stick and showed all the further steps. Since to work with it, you need to use a special add-in that takes over all the logical part. In this introductory video, I will leave the Zigbee firmware. But in the future, as devices appear, I plan to switch the coordinator to Thread. I start the firmware update and wait for the process to finish. Done. I disconnect the coordinator from the work PC and connect it to one of my Home Assistant test servers. I use this platform to update the lesson on installing supervised Home Assistant on Raspberry Pi 4B and a second instance of Zigbee 2 MQTT. In addition, system monitor platform sensors are installed here. I'll leave links to all these videos in the description. The core version is March 3, 2024, current at the time of the video's release. The coordinator is connected through a small extender to the USB 2 port. The system detects it as SkyConnect version 1, and I'll clarify again. What is shown in the video is a DIY development, not the original SkyConnect. Press the configuration button, and the ZHA Setup Wizard launches, the native integration for Home Assistant for working with Zigbee devices. In the next step, you can choose one of the options, restore from an automatically created backup, save the current settings in the coordinator, restore from a manually created backup, or erase all settings and create a new network. In this case, I choose the last option. Then, we wait a bit and confirm the addition of a new device to the system. This is what the coordinator page looks like. On the left, you can see the firmware version we recently updated. Clicking on the Zigbee info line opens up detailed information. In the center are objects. By default, all of them are hidden. These are various technical entities, not needed for regular use. Let's try to add some Zigbee devices. To start the connection mode, press the button on the left. After the search is activated, on the Zigbee devices you want to connect, activate pairing, most often by holding down the reset or power button. Multiple devices can be connected simultaneously. The connection process will be displayed on this screen. After successfully passing the interview, the connected gadgets will be displayed in the ZHA integration list. This is one of the outlets with energy monitoring from the Tuya Smart ecosystem. For management and monitoring, several objects are available: outlet relay, energy sensors, power, current, and voltage. There are additional options: key illumination mode and child lock. By the way, ZHA has already added the ability to update firmware, but only if the firmware itself is available. Additional information will be available in the Zigbee info menu, in particular, the device type router. This means that the outlet can receive and send not only its own data but also for other network nodes, thereby expanding its capacity and coverage. Let's connect another device, in this case, an end device powered by a battery. This is an Acura Square button, the version with a gyroscope. Device objects are displayed in the middle. Here are available the charge level and temperature. Updating the data takes some time. On the right, the event log, visible presses on the button, single, double, and holding. After updating the data, we see the actual charge level and temperature. I must say that this is the internal temperature of the chip. Moreover, it is not calibrated. To see how the device can be used in automations, on the left we click on the plus sign in the automation block. For the button, 8 events in the trigger block and 2 in the condition block are available for use. Here's what can be used in automation triggers: various pressing options. Thanks to the gyroscope there is shaking, there is the device state. Select the necessary one, for example, a single press, and click on it. This will trigger the launch of the automation creation wizard, in which the single press event will already be set as the trigger. There can be many triggers. To add more, press the button below. For those who, like me, prefer using code, for example, in packages, in the menu called up by pressing the 3 dots at the top right, there is an option to switch to YAML. This will allow you to see this block in the form of code, which can be used in packages or separate automation files. After you connect your devices, on the coordinators page, you can open the network map. It will show the structure, the role of devices, routers or end devices, the level of signal quality. The higher, the better, with the maximum being 255. As far as I can tell, this development does not functionally differ from the SkyConnect coordinator. However, if you want to receive official support and guaranteed access to all its features, then choose the original device. The use of a DIY solution is at your own risk. That's all. I hope the video was useful and interesting to you. I would appreciate your likes. They help promote it on YouTube. If you don't want to miss new reviews and lessons, subscribe to my channel. In the video description, you will find all the necessary links to the official SkyConnect website, the article describing the shown device, the store where you can order it, other reviews and lessons I mentioned, as well as to the Telegram channel, Facebook page, and a group for discussing smart home topics. Join us, it will be interesting. Thank you for your attention. See you next time. Peace to everyone.